BRP 50 season, which means it should. If you know what BRP 50 means, you should at least know that means that Juneteenth is right around the corner,
Right around
and because we're in a space in the world of pro wrestling where we get to see our brothers and sisters shine on their own,
Yes.
building their own, taking their hands and their feet, and they going and they building their own federations and their own movements and bring their own movements to the people. That Juneteenth is that weekend ends up being really special for a number of different organizations, including the one that we're going to be talking about right now. June 22nd, down in North Carolina, Ashe 4. The fact that, I mean, again, look at the poster, but the fact that I can say Ashe 4, like we'll talk about, what words mean and what movements are doing right now, but we about to have a very special conversation with a very special individual. This is the man behind Ashe Wrestling. Some people got to see him finally take out Darius Carter. Other people just been marveling at the excellence that he's putting into the world of pro wrestling. Chat, please, one time for your mind, give it up for our brother, the one and only Intergalactic Soul, Darius Lockhart.
Welcome.
Darius, how you doing? How you doing, brother?
Absolutely, I'm doing all right.
Welcome back.
I was ready to do my whole spiel.
My fault.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay, because it's always going to be, the honorable brother, the Intergalactic Soul, the revolutionary ourselves, the HNIC of ASC, also known as Ashe Wrestling, Darius Lockhart. It's good to be here, y'all.
I love that.
Facts. Yeah. Shouts to Darius. Again, Ashe 4, Saturday, June 22nd. God damn. I want to I'm gonna put the ticket link in the chat in a second, because y'all need to get up on it, like for real. If you haven't made your plans, again, Black Rasslin was literally having a conversation last night, huddling, trying to make sure that situations was going on because of this. But my first question for you, brother Lockhart, is the way you've been moving. How hard was it for you to put this card together? Because it didn't seem like it was a difficult situation at all. The photo hit, and then like 6 matches was already there. But I mean, if you've been paying attention, it makes sense. But for you, what was it like putting this one together? Was it any more difficult than some of the other ones? Or talk about that process.
You know what? In some ways, it was because I kind of had my eyes on this event back in February. We were doing. February, I was plotting for this, and this show has seen a lot, and I mean capital LOT, a lot of changes. But I'm glad we got to this moment. Shelton Benjamin versus Jonathan Gresham even was a last minute addition.
Wow.
Things of like, we had the card, and the opportunity rose up, and I said, well, I can't not do it. And you don't know the schedule is like that. And I've already had these ideas, so I was like, you know what? Let's cash in on it. Let's make this as big as possible. Juneteenth weekend. Why not go up? If not now, then when? So it's been a lot of changes, a lot of accommodation, but I'm happy it turned out the way it did. So we're looking forward to it the way it's coming up.
You said the opportunity. Talk about, like, was it a situation where like you got reached out to say, hey, he's available, what's up, or how did that come about?
Well, I kind of started asking questions when he put out the trailer with him being Godzilla. He was, releasing and taking bookings. So I started sniffing around then with, friends of a friend and, people who connected to him, some of our business affiliates that we both have. And so I end up, someone was just like, hey, he is interested. He would be open to it. Here's his agent's number. I went, talked to the pitched it up, and it was he would love to do it. And he was just like, let's go. Let's do that. So, I mean, his team has been really easy to work with. He's been open to ideas. And I think we're really putting a good show together. Honestly, it's just a friend of a friend, knowing the right people connected us, and I'm able to do that.
I love that.
Shout out Faye Jackson. Shout out Cedric Alexander. Shout out Kazim. All 3 people that were very helpful in trying to make it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That network helping out, huh?
It's all we got is each other.
Big facts. Super facts. You also mentioned changes, the card going through a number of changes. I remember, I think I broke the news to our group chat earlier today when I happened to hit Instagram and saw the news, Kiera Hogan and her shoulder, she having a shoulder injury and unfortunately not being able to make that Fire and Flavor versus King B's match that I've been waiting for go down. But it was I was trying to see if there was any info out there, and I was amazed. I searched Kiera Hogan shoulder injury, and a bunch of hits came up, but it was all wrestling news sites and dirt sheets referring to the tweet and referring to the IG saying Kiera Hogan show. I mean, do we know what happened? I mean, I don't know how much you could speak on it, but like, was something did happen? Something happen in a match or something, or just like she tweaked something?
Her business is her business, so I'll only say so much. But she contacted me directly, very, very hurt. She really loved what we're doing at Parache, and it meant a lot to me that hearing that hurt. She sent a voicemail, and I was like, some people are like, "Hey man, sorry, I can't be there for you," and they're just happy to not have to leave the house. That was not the case. She was very hurt that she couldn't make this. She was looking forward to doing and making history with the King Bees and Tasha Steele by her side and reuniting Fire and Flavor. That's something that's very important to them. But she just kind of just aggravated in a match, and I think it's just been nagging her, and I think it just came back. So MRI says, but there's she works for AEW, so there's a lot of people that have to co-sign her being okay. Especially if she wants to come and do something that's non-AEW.
That's right.
So, right. Yeah. So it's a matter of her safety first. And when she told us we wanted to touch that, it was like, cool. We gotta do what you gotta do. And she'll be back. She can't wait to be back. To Ashe, let alone pro wrestling. So I don't know how long she'll be out. Might be a couple weeks. Who knows? But she can't make that date, and that's what's the essential news.
Is there, I guess, TBD on what'll happen with the with that situation?
Yeah. Also, a revolving door of changes. There's been pitches. There's been restructures. There's been calls made. A couple of the fans have, I see some of the fans been commenting. What if y'all did this? What if y'all did this? And trust me, some of the ideas that have been pitched is something I've already thought about and try to make happen. And my hands are tied. But you guys will have a solidified answer, at least by no less than Tuesday, what's going to go down on Friday. On Saturday, June 22nd, and we'll have an amazing show for you regardless.
That's good to hear. I wanted to know personally when it comes to, because again, we talk about the why of the Kiera Hogan situation. I don't want to say it's a letdown, like things happen, but like what you had been building throughout the previous 3 shows, it was turning into something that was going to be happening next weekend. Are there any particular, like when you're thinking about the matches you want to put together and how you're putting these shows together, are there any particular like eras of pro wrestling or promoters in particular that you're looking at to say, I'm doing what they're doing, but they're inspiring you in the moves in the decisions that you're making?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm always kind of trying to do something new while also paying homage to reference points. Sometimes I use archetypes. Sometimes I use, character motivation. Sometimes I use things like that. So it's a matter of, okay, let's what does this remind me of? What does this feel like? What will this make the audience feel familiar with? Who can they say, oh, that's my friend this, or that feels familiar because of real reason, but it's something new. That's a beautiful thing when you can mesh both. So I pull from, things that inspired me as a kid. When I started watching wrestling into 2007, which was, still very early on, history, WWE was doing long-term storytelling. They would plant a seed and then touch it a year later. And sometimes that's what I do. A lot of things you guys have just seen the seed picked out, let alone you haven't seen it put to the ground and watered yet. And a lot of people are wondering, well, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Sometimes just wait a year and we'll see. And wait a year. And so I like doing that a lot. So, that WWE around that 07 to 09 era when they actually planted seeds and watered them, that really inspired me. Some of the New Japan stuff where they come down to numbers. Sometimes numbers is the storytelling device. Sometimes it's 2 guys who, hey, you beat him 3 times, you beat him 3 times. What happens when we go match number 7? Sometimes, hey, you always happen to pin that one guy and you just happen to do it every year. What happens there? So, I like to use like almost like numerology in a weird way. I like to use just patterns. I like to use storytelling devices, things that people can not realize they want, but I kind of put it on the back burner and let you guys not realize it's cooking until the show was done. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we'll have a lot of.
It feels like this is your third round around. Third, right? It's the third. It's the third show, right? Fourth show.
Mm-hmm.
And every single show felt star-studded. Like it felt like wow. It's always a wow when the announcement comes, and it's interesting to hear you say that because I'm like, unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. I have a family event that day. And I was just basically like, I wonder what's going, because I enjoyed that last show. Like that show was amazing.
It was.
Bell to bell. It was star-studded. And not even the people, just the talent itself in the ring. And just a surprise as to, even with the debuts, how good a debut really is. They feel like veterans. And so although I'm not going to be there, I kind of felt like, wow, I'm about to miss something
FOMO.
new. Like this is it. I have a little bit of FOMO because I'm just like, every single show that I saw, 2 on YouTube, 1 live, and now I'm going to miss this one. I'm like, I wonder what's going to be different. And I like that you are explaining what your process is. Although I'm still not going to be able to see it.
It's okay. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that process. But at the core of it, it's what do I think y'all would want to see? What excites y'all? What are the matches that so many people are? Not even the matches. What are the people that so many people in locker rooms, have had the privilege of having, and they didn't see it or understand it or want to amplify it or get it? Oh, what can we do? You know what I mean? Like, that's just more for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly what it is. More for us. And so I'm never mad at that. It's a blessing in disguise. Even though some people feel like, hey, this guy's not checking from this guy. Don't worry, we'll have it here then, and we'll tell it the way it should be told. And I'm excited to just keep doing that with people and cashing on things people don't know to cash in on.
Right.
Facts. Brother Math in the chat, he said, we want to see you kick somebody's ass.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dog. It's coming. It's coming soon. I can guarantee you that it's coming soon. I think that it's just a matter of balance. You know what I mean? It's
that's right.
I could be on every card. I would, but you know what? There's 2 things I had in this that was a mission. Number one, I didn't want to make it all about me. I didn't want this to be a vanity project, be the Darius Lockhart show. Yes, I think it's important my name is on it because it does bring a little bit of few eyes. It also helps legitimize in certain ways. But at the same time, and people need to know it's me because I do want to get credit for the work I'm putting in.
Facts.
Right.
But also I didn't want it to be my show. So at first it started with, okay, I want to make sure people get their shine. But also now it's wearing this business hat. It comes with so much. It just comes with so much that I'm just trying to make sure I have every I dotted and every T crossed before I start getting to the rest of the letters. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah. So
do you think it'll be a traveling show?
You mean like when I wrestle or period? Like, will there be one?
Will there be one? Because right now you guys are stationed.
You got a home base.
Yeah, we got a home base. Well, you know what? It's so funny. The original idea behind this was to make this a destination promotion where people would travel like they travel for PWG. But I'm seeing there is a big, desire for travel. And we're asking, when you come to LA, when you come to Vegas next year for WrestleMania, when you come in this way, and all those are good ideas. It's just a matter of making it work financially, and also making sure it doesn't fall apart at the seams. Because once again,
that's right.
This is my 4th show, but this is my first show I've ever done. Like this is my 4th time doing this, and it's the 4th time we're doing this. So I'm learning by the seat of my pants. So okay, well, this in case this happens, boom. And I really have this show tight down and knit, and make sure it's perfect, or at least I know what I'm doing before I bring it to LA and kind of put a bad taste in people's mouth and not give people the full Ashe experience. I want to make sure y'all. So all in due time, I see us doing that eventually, but I just got to crawl a little bit longer before I can walk. That's all.
Facts. Well, I would assume that whatever that may be like, the 17th or 18th chapter in the Billy Dixon and Darius Carter story, because I'm surprised that every every show it's something new, and then they said, "Oh, it's a grudge match." I said, "It's a grudge match."
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. With Billy and Darius, they have a storied rivalry, and they've been doing this for years. For some people, they're Peter Griffin and the Chicken. But it's much like the territory system back in the day. This is new territory. While there are a lot of people who follow their story online, North Carolina, this is the first time seeing Billy Dixon. This is the first time seeing Darius Carter. So these are newer people to them. So there's a lot in the tank to explore here in North Carolina. And also, believe it or not, there are places we haven't seen Billy and Darius go yet. That I think, because the rivalry is so long, you think they've done everything, but they've ultimately haven't had the platform to be, this story be viewed as amazing as it is. So I would love to have their best chapter be on a platform that's easily visible and accessible, like Ashe. So hopefully we can tell the most interesting story there. But I know with grudge matches, I hope my friend just takes out what he got to do, because I was there in the ring for the culture.
I was outside the ring, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened then. That was hard to watch my friend go through that. But at the same time, he wants his lip back. And we saw what happened in the Cosmos with him choking Darius Carter out before getting pulled off of him. The chaos and Swole getting in Carter's face and Carter getting swole. That was chaotic. I wish I was, a little bit more hands-on to handle that and make sure everything could calm down. But my answer to that is to make it up to Billy for having to sit there and watch him get his ass kicked. The least we can do is let him get back against Darius Carter, and hopefully this, what he needs to move on. But we'll see what happens.
Facts, big facts. Brother Fam was wondering. He mentioned backstage. How are you feeling? What's your body been like since you wrestled, but you've been doing a lot. So talk about physically. How are you doing right now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I have a little bit of a little stiff hip. I'm getting to that age now. I'm 28 now, so like in wrestling years, you got to.
Oh my God! Did you just say that?
No.
Did you just say you're 28?
In wrestling, I'm 28 years old. In wrestling years, I've been wrestling since I was 17. I have to start stretching now.
Sir.
You know what I mean?
Sir, we are old.
We are old, sir.
In black years. Y'all black people years, we are old. You said 28. Now they're old. I'm just seasoned.
It's okay.
No, I feel.
I'm telling you, the way my body's feeling, sometimes it gets there. But I've been so, honestly, that's the thing about balance. I've been so, hey, we got to find a venue. Hey, we got a flyer. Hey, we got this. I'm the one posting a lot of times. I'm the one making these videos. I edited the video that's playing right now behind me. So sometimes I don't have time to work out. And I hate the way that sounds, but it's like, man, if I want to be the best Darius Lockhart that y'all deserve and that y'all have earned at this point, I want to make sure that I have enough time to get my body in top take shape. I'm in it every day. So that's also, I think, a part of what you're seeing, a little bit more space between time. I got to get my business hat on. But other than that, I'm feeling okay. We'll say we'll go with that. I've definitely been in better shape, but it ain't nothing I can't do in 30 days. Give me 30 days, I'm there.
Okay, talk about it. Shelton Benjamin says, I want to wrestle you next month. You got it?
Oh, yeah, easy. Well, it's a platinum standard. Platinum more than gold, right?
Facts. That's I like that. No, I do like that. But speaking of Shelton, you there's also a meet. Talk about what goes on in these meet and greets. Cause I know you've had a couple of star-studded ones in the past, but the people, you can just go up there and do whatever you want, taking pictures with everything. And Shelton, talk about that aspect of the show.
So Shelton will name his price soon. He's been kind of busy as well, touring the world, shutting things down. But the day of, you can meet Shelton. Show up at 5:30 and get in line, and you'll be able to meet him. Now, he'll charge for photos. He'll charge for autographs. He'll charge for, anything a little bit more. But if you want to shake his hand and tell him how much he means to you, you can do that for absolutely free on our charge. We're not going to charge you to come through the door and do that. He means so much to so many people that's the way it's going to go down. So just show up at 5:30. You get in line. We'll open the doors up. Meet Shelton. If you want to get a picture, he'll let us know the price. We'll let people know the day of. But an autograph, he'll have his own 8x10s. He'll sign them off and everything. And he'll let everyone know. But that's more of Shelton's thing the day of. But until then, show up, meet him. It'd be a great time.
That's dope. That's dope. There's there's always, I mean, again, this is Ashe 4. What I was looking at the list of coming attractions for the show, and one thing on there is a special announcement from the one and only Darius Lockhart. I mean, I imagine you not going to. I know you. I know we family. We family. You not spilling the beans right now. People got to go to the show to hear what you got to say. But I mean, can you what are we in store for? You know, because we got a lot more Ashe down the road. You know, what you talking about, Darius?
I keep my ears to the streets. And I know what y'all are. I know what people are speculating. I watched this show. I heard y'all speculate a couple times on what should be coming soon, what shouldn't be coming soon. And those things will come. Some of those things will come in place when you want them to. But like I said, I can't spoil it. But let's say you'll see a lot. Some of the familiar faces you've seen around Ashe, you'll be seeing a lot more. And ultimately, if you want to see more Darius Lockhart in the ring, this will be something that helps that happen as well. So this will be a very big moment, I think, in Ashe. It'll be kind of a turning point, and we'll see where the next year goes. But this will be, I want to say, very detrimental in that factor of the direction we're headed in. So it's going to be a very cool announcement that I think will make a lot of people smile.
That does sound amazing. Brother Math is also backstage, and this is a great question coming from last Ashe. How the hell did you get Treehouse Lee back in the ring? He was moving. Actually, that tag master they was moving. But how do you make that work? Because that's someone I never really get to see. You know, in all the wrestling I try and watch, I've rarely seen a lot of Treehouse Lee.
So Treehouse and Saeed like their piece, right? Treehouse and Saeed grew very close around before COVID happened. So there were like days, like it could have been a fly on the wall. We could have sold that for content. 2019, it was just me, Tree, and Saeed just hanging out all the time, talking about wrestling life, and they've been good friends, but everything like that. There were a while we weren't talking, but when we came back, it was like nothing happened. So I know those guys are doing. They do smaller shows here and there, things that kind of feed their souls. They like to fly under the radar, but they're much like myself, where sometimes you get in places and where where you can bring to an industry, and the industry tells you what they want you to be, and I don't think they agree with them. So they're willing to pick and choose where to be. And I'm blessed enough to where those men thought that Ashe was worth being at, and they thought it was worth they was part of their vision as well. So I think it was just really a phone call and me being like, "Yo, Tree, this is what I'm thinking," and he's like, "Yo, I'd be happy to do that." And Saeed, they have their way of saying that. I'm just me paraphrasing. But they were happy to do it, and you'll see a lot more Saeed and Treehouse here because they're one of a kind talent. So that's not just a one-off; they'll be back regularly.
Oh, that's dope.
Big family, big part of the Ashe family. Going forward.
That's great. Nice. Hell, you mentioned pitches earlier. I feel like the Ashe family going to start growing. Looking at as we're coming close to the release of the BRP 50 list for this year, looking at the landscape of Black pro wrestling, looking at the past 3 Ashe shows, there's so much Black talent on the rise. I feel like I could name 20 names, and at some point you probably thought, all right, they could probably be wrestling them in September, October. Like I admit you flag. There's a lot. Your DMs is probably crazy with pitches from upcoming talent, huh?
Upcoming talent, established talent, some veterans, some legends. I've been in my DMs look kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I won't lie to you. And that my burner and my regular one.
Facts.
But that one, it's really wild. Like I said, I keep saying this on public places, but I ask people who hit me up, please stay patient with me. And like I said, we were trying to stick to the 6-match content, but there's so much talent out there. There's so many stories to tell. It's like, okay, we end up pushing the 7, then we end up pushing the 8. So I don't want it to go further than that, but I promise you this will be a revolving door of amazing Black talent. And the more, and hopefully we get to a point where we'll be able to run shows more consistently, and so you'll be able to see people like regularly in and out, because I promise you, y'all's faves are possibly on the cusp. Your next up and comer, your next favorite is in our DM. I've definitely tried to make it work with a lot of guys, and sometimes the dates don't line up, right? But sometimes it's just like, yo, give me 4 months, and I swear I got something for you September. I got something for you October. I got something for you December. So. Yeah,
That's good to hear. I would say, cause we got a show to get to, and I don't want to take up too much of your time, Darius. I'll say, for the people that want more of this to happen, go grab those tickets.
Yes.
I saw online it's on June 17th is when people can start grabbing streaming if they want to, if they're going to be streaming it. I realistically keep it locked to at Ashe Wrestling on your social medias, because everything is there. But yeah, grab those tickets. Grab your tickets today.
Yeah, please do grab the tickets. Like grab grab the stream when it's available. But I ask, if you, like you said, if you like content like this, guys, if you see it, share it. Please support us. And, there's a lot of people. We spent 5 years going, hey, there's not enough of this going on. There's not enough of this going on, and we're doing it with a well-established budget, and it's time to support it now. We got to put our money where our mouth is. It's got to be more than inviting folks to cookouts. It's got to be doing the work yourself.
Facts. Big facts.
For some, that's good enough, but not for me. So
that's right.
Indeed. Oh, and one final question, Matt is wondering: did you agree to the brown liquor tasting table with him and Brother Fam? Because those are some brown liquor drinking brothers.
Talking about. You talking about having brown liquor at the show, or you talking about there's a competition between Fam and somebody?
Maybe this is a conversation we shouldn't have on air.
You know what? I will say this. If there is a competition that we can film and put up for content on the YouTube channel, I will gladly have a field day with that. So if there's challenges being put out, let me know, and we'll make something happen.
We will. I know your DMs is crazy. I will make sure that DM gets to you so we can figure that out. Brother Darius, thank you very much for coming through. Really appreciate you. And again, everybody out there at Ashe Wrestling, get them tickets. Ashe Wrestling on YouTube, everywhere. Just support, share, cop, do the thing. Darius, thank you very much.